Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and in this video I'll be showing you how to create custom lower third templates like this inside of your Freeshow. So without further ado, let's get started. Now the first thing you want to do is to click on this new template. So if you click on new templates, let's give our template a name. I'm going to call it Riverside. Then I click enter. Now it's going to open this design page. So let's see what goes on here. Now let me adjust this side a bit. So yeah, let's have something like this, or let's have something like this. I think it's fine this way. Now let's add text box. Remember, we are trying to create something similar to what we have here. Like what we have here, we want to create something like this. So what we want to do is you want to click on text box. So I will add an item, text box. Yeah, so I'm just going to reduce it. I want it to fill up the screen. It's going to be 1920 in width, so the width will be 1920, and I want you to watch something as I'm adjusting this. If you look downward in the CSS panel here, just watch what happens. If I adjust, you could see the changes that is happening. So it automatically add this. Let me delete again so you see what is happening here. So if I click delete, if you check the CSS, nothing here, there's no CSS icon here. So if I click on this, you immediately see that in the CSS panel we have the font size added 100, so I can change it to 40. Yeah, that's fine. Can you see, adjusted to 40. The font weight is bold. Yeah, bold here. Now I'm going to reduce this size. I'm going to reduce it, but I want the width to be about 1920 rather. So it's going to be full HD. So instead of dragging it here, I can just come over to the CSS here and just type in 1920 and click enter. So it's going to fill up the whole page. Now if I look at this top here, indicates the position. So if I drag it down, can you see it's changing value? So we have it right there. I don't want it to get to the base in case I want to introduce shadow to the text box. Now I think this is pretty fine, and I want to align this text to be by the side. Now I'm going to come to align. I think I'm going to drag this stuff to this side so that I have it here. Yeah, it's pretty okay here. So I'm going to go to item. Then I want to do, so we are on this particular text box here. I want to align it. So let's come to, I want to align the text in the container. So look at something. Right here you got text box. Right here you got the item. And then if you come to these items here, you will see the layers here. So this is the text box layer. We have the first text box here. Then if I come to the item, this item deals with the container itself, while the text box deal with the elements inside of the container. So if I come to this item, so if I want to make any changes to the properties of the container, I'm going to come to the item. And if I want to make changes to the property of the text within the container, I'm going to come to the text box. So now for the text box, now I want to align it to left. So align, I want to align it to the left. Can you see, to the left here? And I want it to stick to the top. I want to align it to top as well, so it is very okay here. So having done this, I want to add this padding at the edge so that it gives this nice feel, and our scripture is well arranged. So I'm going to come here to item and come to the CSS. Remember, the padding we want to add is to the container, not to the text itself. Is to the container. So I'm going to come to the CSS for this page, and I'm going to click enter and type in padding column, semicolon. Then I'm going to type in the value. So this how padding is arranged. It starts with top, right, bottom, then the top, right, bottom, then left. So if I type in padding here under item, padding, I will start with the top. I want the top to be about, let's say, 100 pixel space. Then I go to right hand side, so which will be, I want 20 pixel space. The bottom, I want it to be 20 pixel. Then the left hand side, I want it to be 60 pixel, right? So then I will add this colon to it. I can't remember the name of this. Is it possibly? I can't remember. That's it. That icon, you put it there. Then you click enter. So I click anywhere here, you see it's aligned, and you could see this padding border at the side to show you that that has been applied. So for the text, I want it to be around 40. Let's go to text box. So remember I said if you want to change the properties of the text, you come to the text box. So it's at 40 already. I think that's pretty fine. Now the next thing is to add a background color. So remember, we want to add background color to the container. So where do we go? Item, you got that right. So we come over to the item here, then we click on color. Let's just set a basic color for now. We are going to change it later using a website that can help us with some good color palettes. So I'm going to click on black for now. Then I'm going to add border to it. Let's say we want to add a border, let's say white border, and I want it to be about, I think 5 is fine. I think 5, let's try 5 if it's not too thick. Let me just do, I think 4 thereabouts. If we need to change it, you can just add it based on your taste, so you can just make changes based on what you want. So I'm going to leave it at 4 for now. So, and I don't think this is tall enough, the height. I just want to increase the height a bit, so I'm going to keep it this way because I'm bringing in another text box. Let me call this the scripture text. Yeah, so we are done with this. Now the next thing I want to do is to bring in another text box. So I want to add another item. I want to add another text box. So this time around, this will be the reference. Yeah, for the reference. And I want to change the font size. So remember, to change the font properties, you come to the text box, and I'm going to change it to 35. Yeah, that's fine. And another thing is I want to align it to the left, right? And at the same time, I want to align it to the bottom. Yeah, good. So I'm going to drag it, and I think that's fine. We'll drag it there. I want it to be 1920 as well. So if I go to item here, come to CSS, I can just type in 1920. So that will change the property there. So I have 1920 here. So the next thing now will be, let me still reduce this size a bit. I can even add padding to it. Let me try and pad it. Let me pad this item. So I'm just going to pad it, padding, and I will say the top. I don't really want the top to be to have too much padding. You know, we've added 100 to that of the scripture text. Probably we could do something around 40 pixel, 20 pixel for the side, 20 pixel for the side. And remember, because we have done 60 for this, and we want it to be about the same position, so that they are well aligned when you display the scripture. We want to keep it at 60 as well, so 60 pixel. Then you add a column there. Then once you click on it, can you see it's aligned, and they are on the same line. So if you drag it down very close to it, you can drag it down. You can use the down arrow key on your keyboard to just bring it down, work very close to that. And let's see what we have done so far. Now if I come back to show, right, and I come to scripture, I want to change this template to the new template we created, which is Riverside. So let's look for it. Riverside. Yeah, this is it. So we click on this. Now let's display the scripture. Let me drag this so that you can see it more clearly. Yeah, so if I double click now, you see you have this right here. Amazing. But it seems as though this is too close to the text itself. So I'm going to come to template again, click on edit. No, I want to edit the template, so I'll come back to this Riverside, right click on it and click on edit, and I'm going to come back to this reference, and yeah, I'm going to drag it up and just bring it down slightly. Go back to scripture again. Let's display. Yeah, I think this is pretty fine. It's pretty fine. However, let us stylize it. You know, if you like it this way, that's good. That's really perfect. That's what you like. But for me, I probably think I want to add some colors to it. This black and white is fine, but you might like to add color to it. So to do that, you can just go to any website that's create color by Adobe color website palettes to get color palettes, or if your church or media organization already have a color palette, you can just use that directly. So I'm just going to use the explore trending palette here. So let's see the palette that we have here. I'm going to click on this. I think I like this, or we could go for something more. Okay, something like this is also interesting. I think I'm just going to go for something like this. Let me click on this. I'm going to open it. Okay, open palette. All right, so now let's pick the color. So we got 003049. I'm just going to memorize that, because for now you're unable to paste those code right here. So I'm going to click on this scripture text box. So if you want to be really sure, you can just come to item here, scroll down, you will see this text was selected. So it's going to select that particular scripture text box, then select that, then come to item. Remember, if you want to change the properties of the item, of the container, you go to item. So now I'm going to come to CSS, and okay, no, you don't need to go to CSS, just come back to background color. We want to change the background color. Click on that, click choose, change it from RGB by clicking on it to X format. Then I'm going to type in the code 003049. Then I click enter. So can you see the color is changed? Then I will go back again to the color. Then this other one, 669 BBC. I want to use that as the borders. So I'm going to come back to this. Then I will go to border under the container. Remember, under container, I want to come to the border here. I just added a border to the container, so I just want to be sure it didn't add border to this other one. And Ctrl Z. Oh, these are some of the issues you might face when designing. It will just scatter the old stuff. It's really crazy here. So I'm just going to do that again. I'm going to stretch that out, or just come down here and type in 1920. So, and delete this. It's just really crazy. It's just one of those things that happen whenever you're doing this stuff inside of. Oh, I'm going to delete this because it's going to really stress us again. Yeah, 1920. And the funny thing is, if you click Command Z, it will just keep scattering things and all of that. So we are back here again. So I just drag this up. Then I'm going to do the padding. I'm going to do 120, if you can remember, yes, 20 and then 60 pixel. So we have that. So yeah, so I don't know what's happening. Those are one of the crazy things that happen to this stuff sometimes. Just really crazy. I'm going to delete that again. So let's see. Command Z. Let me try and see if there can be any changes. Command Z. Can you see? It's really crazy. Okay, I think we're able to achieve this back. So we have this 2020 blah blah blah. So now let's just add our color straight up. So I will click on this and come back to background color and X, and then type in 003049. Now we want to add a border to it. So we come over to border. Where's our border? Yeah, border. Yeah, this is the border. So now you want to click on it, go to X, and you want to type in 669 BBC. Yeah, that's it. All right. So I haven't done that. Another thing you want to do is you want to add this corner radius, to add this curve to the edge. Just one is fine. Just add the little curve to the edge. So for me, I think I'm okay with that one. Then the scripture text, then we can go over to the next phase, which is adding the reference text box. So I can click on reference text box. So I click on text box item here and click on text box. Then I'm going to type in reference. Now let me change the color straight up. I'm going to change the color to the color of the borders. So I'm going to come over to text box, change the color to the border color. So X, so which is 669 BBC. That's the color right there. Then I'm going to reduce, set the fonts to 35. Then align it to the left. Reduce the size. Go to item, come to CSS and change this value to 1920 so that I stretch over the width. Then we've got something like this. Then we want to add the padding. So we want to add 40 pixel, 20 pixel, 20 pixel, and 60 pixel. Don't forget, 40 is for the top, the next 20 is for the right hand side, the next 20 is for the bottom, the next 20 is for the left hand side. So now, having done that, you have something like this. So we click. Can you see it has adjusted that? Now you have something like this. You can bring it down to this side. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Okay, So if you want to add shadow, you can add shadow to the text, but I'm not going to do that for now for the sake so that this video doesn't get too long. So now, because it's already getting too long already, so if I come back to scripture here and I try to refresh this riverside, select this again and double click, you could see the results. So can you see the results? So now this is Genesis. So you click again, you have different, you see, it's very, very, very nice. It looks very good. So that is simply how to create your custom lower third template right inside of Freeshow. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to give me a like, give me a follow, subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you for watching this far, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.